have asked, why did you do this solo record? And the answer to that is really all of the songs on this album are very personal to me. I didn't want any interference from band members or anybody else in putting these songs together, writing them, the intensity of them, the lyrics, the way they're constructed, because I wanted to be able to convey the actual thoughts and feelings that I had during particular times of my life, and that's the reason why I did it on my own. Wow, so my influences, well, that's a great question. It started off when I was a young kid, probably around 10, 11 years old, when me and my friends started listening to bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and even Leonard Skinner, bands like that started to shape, my desire to want and play music and listen to music. And it just grew from there. And throughout that course of time, trying to figure out what instrument I really wanted to play. And my parents started me off on guitar, and I liked it for a while, but it started to get technical and a little less fun than I was hoping. And so then I moved over to drums, and that seemed to have done it. I studied professionally with a famous jazz drummer in New York City who I sat with at least twice a week for about 7 years. And he taught me how to read and write music, mostly jazz. But at the same time I was learning that, I was still listening to all of the music that we grew up with in the 80s and the 90s, which really has a deep root in the way I write now and what I listen to. But, having a son who's, 21 years old and being involved with him in his music and going to shows with him, there's a lot of new bands out there today that I listen to that I really enjoy seeing play live. And given all the new technology that there is for some outstanding audio recordings, I'm even into the new stuff. So when I think about my influences, they range from people like John Bonham and Buddy Rich, if you will, and Alex Van Halen and drummers like that, all the way to the current guys that are doing it, like Art Cruz from Lamb of God. He's a young guy and he's just great drummer. So from a drum perspective, it's everything from early childhood up to current, and I try to stay current because I love music and I love listening to all genres of music, and I love listening to different periods of music, and that's really what shapes and influences me to write and record the music that I do now. So yeah, the song "Born from Chaos" is a deep personal song for me. Obviously, the title kind of speaks for itself. Is an up-tempo song, the hardest song on the album in my view. As I was working through it, the song continued to get harder and harder and harder, and then I started to get challenged with the lead part for the song. And while I could play halfway decent guitar, I knew I wasn't cut out for the lead in that song. So I drafted somebody really good who's going to be on that track, who I think people are going to be pretty happy with. He just shredded the hell out of that lead and on that track, and it's a really, really powerful song as a result. And I think that just comes along with the professionalism when you're writing a song, when you realize that even though you're doing it yourself, when there's a part of a song which is kind of bigger than you are, to be professional and draft somebody to come in and do that piece for you. I just thought that it made the song a lot better with somebody else playing lead on that, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it.